friends, thanks for clicking. I'm the Pink Veggie. If you're into health, fitness and looking your best, please subscribe for weekly videos. So my story with this one is, after I had my daughter, I found out I had muscle separation from the pregnancy. So I did try to heal it with PT and another program. I eventually had it surgically repaired, and it was a fair while after the surgery that I felt comfortable working out my core. But when I could, I was keen to build some strength and do as much as I could for it myself as well. In the meantime, before I could do that, I saw a lady on some gym groups on Facebook who had an amazing physique. And when I saw her pop up on the ads for the Kari Pearce Power Ups for Mums, I was totally sold. One look at Kari and you can tell she knows how to build some good muscles, and this other lady that I'd already admired from Facebook groups. So I think a sale come up and I bought the program. At the time I wasn't really worried about the aesthetics of it because I just had surgery. It was probably about 6 months before that I had surgery. So I was just looking at building strength back up in my core. So unfortunately, I do not have an actual before and after to show you. So since that surgery, I've had a second surgery, and I now feel like I'm ready to start working out my abdominals again, and I've started back with the Power Ups for Mums because I enjoyed it so much the first time. I know with my own experience, I've never bought a program like that before, so I was a bit worried about would I be able to follow along, how the instructions were, how it was going to be set out, what was involved, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd do a review for you, and hopefully it will help some other ladies make the decision if it's good for them. So it is not suitable if you still have muscle separation. Most of the movements in there will cause pressure on your separation if you still have it. So I would definitely see a postpartum physio or someone who specialises in postpartum core repair before you move on to something like the Power Ups for Mum. And to be honest, even if you don't think that you have muscle separation, or you know you don't, I think it's still good for any woman who's gone through pregnancy, even no matter how long ago it was. If your oldest kid's 30 years old and you've got grandkids coming, I still think it's important to see someone who specialises in postpartum core repair before you move on to something that is more advanced like this. Even though this is for mums, your core, like any other muscle, needs to be worked out properly with the correct form and engaging your muscles correctly. Your core is a pretty complex group of muscles that all interact with each other. It's not like your bicep, you can pretty much only flex it one way and that's engaged. There's lots of different ways that you can engage your core, and there are proper ways and not proper ways. If you've got dominance or weakness in certain core muscles, you'll find that you don't get the ideal results from any core program. And I've seen a lady recently to help with making sure that I'm engaging my core properly and breathing properly as well, because breathing is such an important aspect of how you're engaging your core as well. So having said all that, Power Ups for Mum could be for you. So as far as I understand it, because I haven't bought the other Power Ups programs, the one for mums is focused more on your lower abdominals, because that's an area that most women need more work after carrying a child. So the program's set up as 10 minutes a day for 5 days a week. There's 5 different workouts and you rotate through. So the first week you start on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the second week you'll start on day 2 and go 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and so on and so forth, like 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah. It gets a little bit confusing where you're up to, but they actually include a calendar for you to reference along with as well. So it is designed for 10 minutes a day, but for your first few rounds through, you'll probably take more than that, because there is instructions and things to read along as well, or to watch as well. So because Kari has a whole bunch of programs now for different things, when you get your login, you can go to whatever program that you've bought. So I only have the one, I only have the Power Apps for Mums. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll just tell you how it's set out so you can make a decision whether it's will be good for you or not. For each day there are about 4 or 5 different exercises that you do. So when you open up your page, there's written instructions at the top for each exercise or move that you're doing, and each level for that one. So they're scalable, so there's level 1, 2 or 3. Under the written instructions for each exercise and modification for that exercise, there is a video. So Kari is with a lady and they do a demonstration of each exercise and each modification for that exercise. So then under that there is a list for each exercise you're doing that day for level 1, 2 and 3. And then there is the video. So the video has 3 ladies, each one is doing a 1, 2 or 3, so you can pick out which lady you want to follow. So that's really good. And there's Kari Pearce as well, encouraging and talking and giving instructions in the background. So what I usually do is I don't follow 1, 2 or 3 all the way through for each different move. Obviously, so there's some moves that you can do better than others. So I'll pick for that move what level I'm at, and it might be 1, 2 or 3. So through 10 minutes, I might swap back and forth between each lady. But if you don't want to, you can just stick with the one and see if you can keep up with whatever level you've chosen to do. Each day is different. Each day has about 4 or 5 exercises, and through all the 5 days I couldn't find one that was repeated. It's always new and fresh. And each day is different as well in the way it's formatted. Some days will be like an AMRAP. So AMRAP is as many reps as possible. So you'll get a set time and you have to do as many reps of that move in the time. And it might be like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds rest, something like that. And then other days will be do 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, and just cycle through them as fast as you can or as fast as you want to. And with any exercise, quality and form trumps speed or how many reps you're doing. So it's always good to take a breath if you need to. So for me, I didn't really see any aesthetic changes, but I definitely felt that I was getting stronger. As because you do repeat the same moves over the weeks, you can tell that certain moves are getting easier, and you can do more reps and hold things for longer. On the advertisements for the programs, they do feature pictures of some ladies before and after, and the ladies get pretty ripped, some of them, with visible six-packs, and some of the comments on the advertisements go along the lines of, was this exercise only, or did they follow some diet plan? I do believe she has a diet plan of some sort that you can purchase. By now, I hope we all know that you cannot spot reduce fat, okay? This is not going to burn belly fat. I know she'd probably sell a lot more if she said that, because there's so many scams online that say that. So this won't burn belly fat. This won't give you a six-pack, but it will build strength, okay? And if you do follow a healthy diet and you do lose some body fat, you might get some abs showing. So if you're looking to build core strength, I think this is a really great program. You don't need any extra equipment. You can just do it in your lounge room quickly before the kids get up. Once you've got the hang of every day and all the moves, it does only take 10 minutes a day. And the way that it's structured, the 10 minutes goes really fast, but you get just getting into it and that's already finished. So for me, I really enjoy it. That's why I'm going back to it now after my second surgery. I hoped you found this helpful. If you liked it, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.